I think that this is a really, really good fit for anyone who's trying to learn Japanese, and I think that they really care about their students. And it's a mix of doing fun things, helping with what you want to do in the future, like finding a job, going to further studies, and also just the daily life Japanese learning.
You have the regular classes and you're kind of held to a schedule, and because you have the test, it just kind of gives that kind of pressure to study, which I would say it would be difficult to get if you were self-studying.
I think one of the strong points of the school is definitely the teachers. A lot of the teachers are very, very helpful when it comes to explaining difficult grammar points. And even if it's just an everyday life problem, our teachers tend to host little interviews or sessions with us to get to know us. So they really care about their students. And I think with regards to that point, they're also willing to take input and answer a lot of questions and help us when it comes to things that we don't understand.
インターカルトが他の学校と違うところは、大きく4つあると思います。一つはいろいろな国の学生が集まって一緒に勉強できることです。二つ目は秋葉原や上野にアクセスしやすいので、学校の外でもいろいろな楽しみがあることです。三つ目は、話すことにフォーカスを置いた授業を初級、中級、上級すべてのクラスで、取り入れるようにしています。四つ目はさまざまな興味や目的を持った学生がいるので、学生に合わせた勉強、学生が興味のあることやしたいことを勉強できるように目的別授業というクラスが毎日あります。
3 days a week we have kanji and then reading comprehension and then another kanji. And then on a regular day it's a mix of listening comprehension, grammar, vocabulary, and then at the end of the day it's always followed up with a class that we choose. So that's the mokuteki betsu jugyo, and I think ending it on that note is always a nice thing because I get to study something I want or something that will help me, like prep for the JLPT or even just a class about Japanese lyrics.
With regard to homework and self-study, I put most of the stuff we learn into flashcards, particularly kanji, which is really necessary to repeatedly study over and over again. And also the daily vocab sheets we get. And then in addition to that, there's the daily grammar review sheets from the new grammar we learn each day.
It's improved by just my daily life of walking around, kind of talking to people in cash registers, at restaurants and stuff like that, especially with my teachers as well, talking amongst my classmates. There's not just English speakers, there's a lot of Chinese speakers, Russian speakers that don't speak a lot of English, so the only way that we can communicate is through Japanese, so that's helped me communicate a lot.
The elective classes, they change every semester, and it's stuff that either students are interested in or things that you might be able to use in the future. I take business kaiwa, which is where we practice for actual business conversations, and I think that's something that's difficult to get anywhere else, especially if you were doing self-study. How would you practice using keigo for other people? How would you know how to make a report or how to show somebody that you agree or disagree with something? I'm taking that class and I actually really like it because it helps me practice Japanese in different situations that are outside of what I study in the textbook.
Living and studying in Japan has been the greatest experience of my life for me, personally. Not just school, but the whole experience generally. So if you're kind of the person in your country wondering about whether to go and do it, I would say definitely go and do it. There's so much just happiness and new experience that comes from that.